Have you ever wondered what happens when a futuristic idea like drone delivery slams into the brick wall of reality? Well, this week gave us a perfect example. Amazon, the e-commerce giant, just quietly pulled the plug on its drone delivery dreams in Italy. And the story behind this decision tells us a lot about the bumpy road from innovation to our front doors. For over a year, Amazon had been working to bring its Prime Air drone delivery service to Italy. They were making progress, running tests, and everything seemed to be on track. Then, suddenly, it was over. In a statement, Amazon announced it was ending its commercial drone delivery plans in the country after a strategic review. So, what happened? Why did this promising project come to a grinding halt? Let's rewind a bit. Just a few months ago, in December 2024, things looked very different. Amazon was celebrating the successful completion of its first drone delivery tests in a small town called San Salvo, in central Italy. Imagine seeing those sleek, futuristic drones buzzing through the sky, dropping off packages. It was a huge step forward, not just for Italy, but for Amazon's plans across Europe. Everyone, including Italian aviation officials, thought this was the beginning of something big. The Italian Civil Aviation Authority, known as ENAC, was apparently just as surprised as everyone else. They released a statement saying Amazon's decision was completely unexpected. From their perspective, all the technical and safety aspects were moving along smoothly. They pointed out that the choice seemed to be based on Amazon's own internal business reasons, not because the drones were unsafe or the technology wasn't working. This is a crucial point. The tech was fine. The problem was something bigger. So, if it wasn't a tech issue, what was it? Amazon's statement gives us a major clue. They said that while their discussions with the aviation regulators were positive, the broader business regulatory framework in Italy just didn't line up with their long-term goals. This is where the story gets really interesting. It shows that launching a drone delivery service is so much more complicated than just getting a drone to fly from point A to point B without crashing. Think about it. Drone delivery isn't just an aviation problem. It's a massive logistical puzzle. You have to deal with local business laws, zoning rules, and operational permits. Where can the drones take off and land? What hours can they operate? What about noise complaints? Then, there's the infrastructure. You need a network of fulfillment centers equipped for drones, which Amazon calls drone ports. You need to plan routes, manage a fleet of autonomous vehicles, and ensure it all integrates seamlessly with the existing delivery network. And above all, it has to make financial sense. Is it actually cheaper and more efficient than using a van? For a company like Amazon, which operates on razor-thin margins and massive scale, this is the ultimate question. The upfront investment for a project like this is enormous. You're not just buying a few drones, you're building an entirely new logistics ecosystem from the ground up. If the local rules and economic conditions don't support scaling up to a massive profitable operation, the whole project becomes a very expensive experiment. This is likely what Amazon's strategic review found in Italy. While the aviation side was a green light, the other pieces of the puzzle, the business regulations, the operational costs, the long-term path to profitability, didn't add up. They looked at the numbers and decided that, for now, their money and resources were better spent elsewhere. This decision also reflects a bigger trend we're seeing across the tech industry. Companies are becoming much more disciplined with their spending. The era of move fast and break things and throwing billions at moonshot projects with no clear return on investment is fading. Investors are demanding more accountability and a clear path to profit. So, companies like Amazon are reevaluating these ambitious, capital-intensive projects. They're asking the hard questions. Is this really viable? Will this make us money in a reasonable time frame? If the answer is no, or even maybe, they're more willing to pause or pivot. So, does this mean drone delivery is a failure? Not at all. Amazon is very clear that this is still a long-term goal. The Prime Air program is still active and expanding in other places, like parts of the United States. They're just being more selective. They're looking for markets where the entire ecosystem technology, regulation, and business environment ties aligned and ready. They're placing their bets more carefully, advancing where the path is clear and hitting the pause button where it's not. For Italy, this is certainly a disappointment. Becoming an early hub for commercial drone delivery could have brought investment, jobs, and a reputation for being at the forefront of innovation. The Italian regulators have stressed that they are still open to new technologies and will likely work with other companies exploring this space. But Amazon's exit is a clear signal that being open to innovation isn't enough. You need to have a comprehensive framework that makes it easy and profitable for businesses to operate at scale. The big takeaway from this whole episode is a reality check for the world of tech. Innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum. A brilliant idea and functioning technology are just the first steps. To bring that technology into our daily lives, It needs to navigate a complex maze of laws, economics, and practical business realities. The coolest gadget in the world is useless if you can't build a sustainable business around it. As we watch the future of delivery unfold, we'll likely see more stories like this one. Companies will take 2 steps forward in one country and 1 step back in another. They'll be constantly testing, learning, and adapting their strategies based on the local environment. The dream of near-instant drone delivery is still on the horizon, but the path to get there is proving to be a lot more winding and calculated than we might have imagined. Amazon's decision in Italy is a perfect case study of this careful dance between ambition and pragmatism. It reminds us that even for a company with seemingly limitless resources, the real world has the final say. The drones may be ready to fly, but the world on the ground has to be ready to receive them. For now, in Italy at least, that readiness just isn't there yet. Thanks for watching. What do you think about the future of drone delivery? Is it the next big thing, or just an expensive gimmick? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of technology and business. See you next time.